food, I can provide shelter, I can provide security.
Now, that was a clip from I Am Legend. A lot of preppers have this fantasy about the whole world's going to end and it's going to be like that. However, let's look on the bright side. I think, first of all, being a prepper, you have to be prepared, of course, but making the homestead is the ultimate thing. As you can see, I'm digging the pond, and the pond is for fish, of course, and also storing water. Now, a lot of things has happened in this world that we need to be prepared for. For example, if you look at the news recently, you see the state of Texas and what they're going through. I mean, they had severe weather conditions of snow and everything freezing, and people are without power and water and food. So what does the government do? Well, they're not doing that much to help, but what can the people do for themselves? Yeah? I mean, if you don't have any water, you can melt the snow, I guess, and drink water, but without power and everything like that, how are you going to use your phone or the internet or anything that's powered with electricity, right? So you need some kind of power. So on Homestead, you can drill a water well like this, and this will provide you with free water. It comes up from the earth and it's free from the aquifers. If everyone done this in the UK in their back garden, which I don't think is legal, or maybe is illegal, I don't know, you will never have a water bill. How cool is that? You can use as much water as you want. Why do we need to pay for water when it's underneath us? I don't understand, it's like the basic common thing that man needs is water. We need water to survive. If you don't drink water for 3 days, you're kind of dead. You need to drink water and be hydrated. It's a gift from gods. So why are we getting charged for it? It's free underneath the earth. And all you need to do is dig down and get it. Once you get it, you hook a solar pump onto it, and that's free energy. That energy will give you life for your plants, for your pond, for everything. As you see, the solar pump is powered by 3 panels. Yeah? 3 panels, that's it. So the investment cost is about £1,000 odd pounds with the well dig over there. And you got free power and free water. Yeah? Water is the most important thing. And when you fill up your pond, that is your water storage. So get prepared. Things are going to be bad. Food shortages are coming. And I mean, there's not going to be like loads of food on the supermarket shelves. What happens if it's gone? Yeah? Like when this coronavirus hit, everyone went to panic buy and shop, and all the food was gone and you had to queue ages in the supermarket just to get in to buy things. And now with this thing called, was it the ID passport they're thinking of bringing out, you might need to get the jab before you go into the supermarket. I mean, I don't want to take the jab. You don't know what's in it. It hasn't been tested, right? But a lot of people have, and that's their decision. So I respect the decision. But we also should have the decision to make not to take it. So you need water. You need power. You need shelter. And you need food, of course. So making a homestead covers all that basis. We've done this homestead 9 months ago, and it's going well. You have to start somewhere, because times are uncertain now. Things could be extreme weather like they have in Texas, And that's what I'm saying. 14 million people without power. How can they help themselves? People are prepared, I suppose, some of them, but a lot aren't. So if you aren't prepared, what are you going to do? You're going to rely on the government to come knocking on your door and give you food or water? Yeah, that will happen. Maybe a week or 2 weeks' time. But by that time, you could have been dead. Planting your own food is very important. Learning to grow. Grow food. Even if you have a back garden, allotment, or windowsill, learn how to grow food. Once you have the basics of growing food, taking the seeds out, preserving the seeds, and growing in the next season, you will understand a little bit about gardening. I mean, I'm doing it on a bigger scale here, but because I have the land to do it, but not all people have that opportunity. I understand that. But if you do, you can be self-sufficient or self-reliant, and you don't need to rely on the grid as much. I mean, there are going to be plans for power shortages that I hear, and you've already seen this happen this year. You see Pakistan's whole power grid went down for a week or two, and millions or billions of people were without power. That's just this year that's happened. Also, Greece, they had a big fire on the power grid, and that wiped out power for people. And people were without power for days. So anything can happen. This channel is educational for you to learn, as I learn, how to get prepared. Even if you can buy food from the supermarket, stock up food, stock up water, that's okay. At least you have something. You should have at least 1 month to 3 months worth of food in your house. So if anything does happen, like a severe weather storm or the power grid goes off, you be prepared a little bit. Yeah, I mean, you can stockpile loads of food. I mean, some preppers go crazy and stockpile 25 years of food. That's great if you can afford it. But what if you can't? What if you're on a simple budget? Well, every time you go to the supermarket, you just buy a few cans extra of what you can afford and store them. So every shopping trip, just buy a little bit more, 1 or 2 cans, put them in your pantry. That way, you will slowly build up stock. As you can see, we have 25 bags of rice that we've grew on the homestead, and that's going to last us for over 1 year. I mean, 25 bags of rice, they look like about 40 to 50 kilo bags of rice. So, not all is doom and gloom. You have to look on the bright side at the end of the day, but then you got to take a positive action and a good attitude to carry out those plans. Yeah, I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day. You do things slowly, and then you will achieve your goal. It's never too late to start. I mean, we had this land for 30 years now, but only decided to do this project because of all the coronavirus and crazy things happening. Yeah, so once it's all happening and it's all crazy, at least you have a homestead. Yeah, you have fish to eat, you have vegetables, you have rice, you have everything that you need. You plant everything what you need on your homestead. Grow trees, plant loads of trees, plant loads of fruit trees, because they are an investment. Trees are an investment. Money does grow on trees. When your fruit trees grow, every year it will provide you with lovely fruit, fresh fruit. Yeah, like mangoes, bananas, coconuts. I mean, this is a tropical climate, of course, but at the moment we're living in England because we can't get over there. But my plans are to build this homestead, so maybe in 3 or 4 years' time we can go back and be self-reliant and actually live there and retire. So if anything does happen, you will always have food on your property, shelter, water, power from solar energy. Living off grid is a good thing, in my opinion, because you don't have to rely on government, you don't have to rely on other people. What you need to do is rely on yourself. When you rely on yourself, you can make things happen, and that is a good thing. There's still a lot to do on the homestead. I mean, we have to keep chickens and ducks and things like that for livestock. So you have fresh eggs to eat every day, and chicken, of course, if you want to kill them and eat the meat. But that's what you got to do sometimes, right? Because when you look after your food and you kill your own food, you have more respect for that food. Everything what we get in the supermarket is like pre-packaged, and a lot of people don't know where the food comes from or how it's raised. But raising your own livestock, you know how you raised it. You feed it good food, organic food, not chemicals, no junk, and it'll taste better. So all these things are in the pipeline, but you can't do it all in one go because of finance, of course. So just do a little bit at a time, and you will see slowly you'll build up your inventory, and if anything does happen, you'll be prepared. I mean, power shortages are coming. The grid is going to shut down, and if it does, and you got no internet, you got no electricity, what are you going to do? Most people haven't lived without electricity before. I mean, if you go camping, you know what it's like. But that's not an ideal situation, right? But camping, you learn still how to live kind of off-grid-ish. But, you know, we still have our cell phones and things to charge it up, and etc., etc. But you see, you got fish. Fish from the pond. Fresh fish. Yeah. And the good thing about a pond is overlooked by a lot of preppers. Because a pond, you will store water. If there's a drought, you can use that water to water your plants. Or if your solar pump is not working. But the fish here look after themselves. Okay, we feed them now and again. But generally, they eat insect larvae, they eat algae, etc. But these are tilapia fish, they're very hardy. Yeah, there's another one. I mean, we only put these fish in probably about 4 or 5 months ago. So they're not a great big fish, but there are plenty of big fish in there. And these fish reproduce. They have babies. They carry the eggs in their mouth, and they produce hundreds of babies at a time. So the pond is already stocking up naturally. There's a cycle in nature. So you always have food on your property when you have a pond. If you can't keep tilapia fish, maybe, you know, you live in England or a colder climate, you could keep maybe trout, catfish, perch, or the freshwater fish. So why not make a pond? Making a pond is one of the most important things on your homestead that I think is really important and overlooked by preppers. Because you will always have food if you have a good, healthy stock of fish. I hope this video has been educational to you, and as preppers, or if you want to get prepared, you can see all my other videos on my channel, and it shows you how I started the project and the things that we had to do to make this homestead. So everybody, I hope you are well and stay safe, keep in good health, and be of good courage. Bye-bye.
Please like, subscribe and share. And don't forget to turn the notification bell on. If you enjoy my projects, keep posted. Thank you. Bye-bye.